Okay guys, so this video is the week 21 homework answer key video. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go through all the questions in week 21 homework. Hopefully this is a better way for you to understand all the process and steps. Okay, so in week 21, we learned a few formulas. Okay, so these formulas are very, very important. So I'm just going to write all of them here. A plus b times a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. Okay, a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so basically all the questions in this homework are pretty much based on these three formulas. Okay, so let's look at the other questions. Question 1a, 4r plus 1 times 4r minus 1. If we see 4r as A and if we see 1 as B, we can see that this question, this expression is of the form A plus B times A minus B. Okay, so the answer should be 4r squared minus 1 squared, which is equal to 16r squared minus 1. Okay. B, 9a plus 5 times 9a minus 5. Again, if we see 9a as A, 5 as B, then this question is also of the form A plus B times A minus B. So the answer is 9a squared minus 5 squared, which is 81a squared minus 25. Okay. C, minus 2p minus q times minus 2p plus q. Okay, so the hint here, we're given a hint already. Again, if we see minus 2p as A, if we see q as B, then this expression is of the form A minus B times A plus B. But we know that in multiplication, if we switch the terms, the result's the same, right? Which means A plus B times A minus B and A minus B times A plus B are equal, right? So here, the answer should be minus 2p squared minus q squared, which is equal to 4p squared minus q squared. Okay. And D, minus 3x minus 4y times 3x minus 4y. And we're given a hint here. It says minus 3x minus 4y is equal to minus brackets 3x plus 4y. Okay, so minus 3x minus 4y is equal to minus 3x plus 4y, right? And times 3x minus 4y. Okay, so again, if we see 3x as A and 4y as B, then the result should be minus 3x squared minus 4y squared. Okay. The only thing here is that we have a minus sign here. Okay, so for minus sign, let me try to explain this as easily, as briefly as I can. If you have a minus sign, like before multiplication, then whether you put a bracket here doesn't really matter, because a minus sign here doesn't change any signs in the brackets. But if you have a minus sign before a minus sign or a plus sign in the brackets, then you have to put brackets here. Otherwise, if you don't put brackets here, then the result will be wrong. Okay, so the result will be minus 9x squared minus 16y squared. And if we open the brackets, it will be minus 9x squared plus 16y squared. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult. So you should do this one more time on your own to make sure that you understand it. Okay, E. So 4 times 0.28 plus 0.5c times 0.28 minus 0.5c. So this is equal to 4 0.28 squared. Okay, so if we see 0.28 as A, and if we see 0.5c as B, okay, so the answer should be 4 times brackets 0.28 squared minus 0.5c squared, right? And the answer should be 4 times 0.28 squared, that's 0.04a squared minus 0.25 c squared, right? And then we factor in the coefficient 4, which is equal to 0.16a squared minus 4 times 0.25, that's 1, right? So it's just c squared. Okay. F, 1/3. So, okay. So question D, question E, question F, these questions, we all have a coefficient that's not equal to 1. So in this question, after we manipulate the expression, we can see there is a coefficient which is -1, right? Because minus sign here, it means like -1 times the expression, right? So in this question, the coefficient is -1. In question E, the coefficient is 4, right? And in question F, the coefficient is 1/3. So when we deal with this expression, this formula, we need to keep the coefficient outside the brackets. Okay, so for question F, again, if we see 3x as A, 1 as B, the answer should be 1/3. There should be a bracket. Okay, 3x squared minus 1 squared. 1/3 times 3x squared is equal to 9x squared minus 1, right? And we factor in the coefficient 1/3, the answer is 3x squared minus 1/3. Okay. And question G. Question G. A/2 plus B/3 times A/2 minus B/3. We see this whole thing, this fraction as A, this fraction as B, right? Then it's A plus B times A minus B. So the answer should be a over 2 square minus b over 3 square, which is equal to a squared over 4 minus b squared over 9. Okay. H, x squared minus 20 times x squared plus 20. If we see x squared as a, 20 as b, the answer should be x squared minus 20 squared, which is x to the power 4 minus 400. Okay, so that's question A. Let's do B, factor if possible. Let me write this again. A plus B times A minus B is equal to a squared minus b squared. So in question 1, we're working in this direction, right? We're given an expression of this form, and we need to find the result of this form. Question 2, in question 2, we're working in this direction. So we're given some expressions of the form a squared minus b squared, and we basically need to factor this, what is called binomial. Okay, so let's see how to do that. So A, 1 minus 121y squared. We can see 1 as 1 squared, and we can see 121y squared as 11y squared. So if we look closely at this expression and this formula, we can see these two are of the same form, right? So this is A, 11y is B. So the answer should be 1 plus 11y squared, 1 plus 11y times 1 minus 11y. Okay, so if you don't believe, like if you want to verify this answer, you can simply like open the brackets using distributive rule, right? So 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times minus 11y, that's 11y, 11y times 1, that's positive 11y, 11y times minus 11y, that's minus 121y. Okay, so it's 1 plus 11y minus 11y plus 121, minus 121y squared, right? And that would be this. Okay. B, 121x squared minus 100. So we can write 121x squared as 121. 11x squared. And we can write 100 as 10 squared, right? So this is also of the form a squared minus b squared. So we can write this as 11x plus 10 times 11x minus 10. Again, these questions are very easy to verify. Okay, if you want to verify the answers, you can simply open the brackets by using distributive rule. Okay. C. We can write this, we can write 25 as 5 squared. We can write 16, so okay, so this is a little bit complicated. We can write 25 as 5 squared. We can write 16x squared y squared as 4xy squared, right? Because 4xy squared is equal to 4 squared times x squared times y squared, which is equal to 16x squared y squared. Okay, this is a basic property of exponents. So if you're not familiar with this, if you don't understand why 16x squared y squared is equal to 4x squared, sorry, 4xy squared, then let me know. Okay, or you can simply watch some YouTube videos about exponents properties. Okay, so this is equal to 5 plus 4xy times 5 minus 4xy. Okay. Question D, 16x squared minus 39y squared. So we can write 16x squared as 4x squared, right? 39 is a little bit tricky here, okay? Because 39 is not something that, 39 is not a perfect square, right? So there's no integer square is equal to 39. Such integer does not exist, but it doesn't mean we can't write 39y squared as something square. We can simply write 39y squared as square root of 39y squared, right? Because we all know how square root works, right? Square root of 39y squared is equal to square root of 39 squared y squared. And we know that square root of 39 squared is equal to 39. And y squared is y squared, right? So they're equal. So we can write 39y squared as square root of 39y brackets square. So we can still use the formula. This is equal to 4x plus 39 square root of 39y times 4x minus square root of 39y. Okay. E, 100x squared minus t squared x squared. So the hint here says factor the common factor x squared first. That's one way to do it. So let's do it in a, let's follow the hint first. So we factor, so I'm going to write this method 1. Okay. So let's factor the x squared first. X squared, and whatever is left in the brackets will be 100 minus t squared, right? Okay, so now we have x squared, and we have 100 is equal to, like, we can write 100 as 10 squared. We can write t squared as t squared. So this is how we use the formula, right? So this is equal to x squared times 10 plus t times 10 minus t. So this is the final answer. Can we not factor the common factor x squared first? If we don't do that, can we still solve the question? We can. I'll write it here. So method 2. Okay. 100x squared can be written as 10x squared, right? T squared x squared can be written as tx squared, right? So in my opinion, I think this is even more straightforward because this is equal to 10x plus tx times 10x minus tx. Okay, and these two expressions, they're actually equal. Okay, they're actually equal. If you're interested, you can do some manipulation and you'll find, like you'll see that they're equal. Okay. Okay, now question F. Question F, x squared plus 16y squared. This cannot be factored. This question, this expression cannot be factored. Okay. For now, I don't want to say too much about why it can be factored because I don't want you to get confused. Just remember, only expressions of the form something squared minus something squared can be factored. Okay, can be factored. This cannot be factored. So this expression cannot be written as something plus something times something minus something. Okay, this is not possible. Okay. G, 81x squared minus 25y squared. 81, okay, so I think by now we should have gained some experience, right? So 81x squared can be written as 9x squared, and 25y squared can be written as 5y squared. So this can be written as 9x plus 5y times 9x minus 5y. Okay. H, x minus 3 squared minus 9. Okay, so this question is a little bit tricky. Okay, it's a little bit tricky because here the a is not just one term. Okay, a is actually a binomial, but the process, the step is the same. Okay, we see x minus 3 as a, and we see 9 as b, right? So x minus 3 squared can be written as x minus 3 squared, and 9 can be written as 3 squared, right? So this is equal to x minus 3 plus 3. Maybe it's easier for you guys to understand if I write it in this way. Times x minus 3 minus 3. Okay, so now if we manipulate this expression a little bit, x minus 3 plus 3, this part becomes 0. So the first part is x, and the second part, x minus 3 minus 3, that's x minus 6. So 6. Okay, so that's the final answer. I mean, you can open the brackets if you want, but I don't think that's necessary. Okay. Okay. And question I, same trick, right? So things about math, the thing about math is if you see enough questions, then like everything will just be so easy for you. If you see all types of questions, and if you do enough practice, then like everything will be just so easy for you. Okay. Question H and question I are pretty much the same type, right? Question I, we see x as a and x minus 3 as b, right? So x squared can be written as x squared minus x minus 3 squared. So this can be written as, x plus x minus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, so the questions are getting more and more complicated, right? As expected, right? The questions are getting more and more complicated, but we have enough skills. We have everything that's required to solve this question. Okay, so the first part, x plus x minus 3. This is equal to 2x minus 3, right? 2x minus 3. Here, remember, we have dealt with minus sign so many times, right? And I've said this so many times. Let me say this one more time. So if we have a minus sign before a bracket, then all the signs in the brackets need to be changed, right? So here is minus. After we open the brackets, this sign needs to be changed to plus. Okay. So the second bracket, x minus x plus 3. Okay. And this is equal to 2x minus 3 times x minus x, that's just 0. So only 3 is left. So we just write the coefficient here. And this is the final answer. Okay. Question J, a minus 1 square minus b minus 1 square, right? Things is getting more difficult, but the main thing there, the main idea there is always the same, right? Ultimately, the method of solving these kind of questions is the same. So here, a minus 1 square can be written as a minus 1 square, right? And b minus 1 square can be written as b minus 1 square. I mean, I just copied that because I want to follow the steps that we have been doing for the previous questions. Okay. And this can be written as a minus 1 plus b minus 1 times a minus 1 minus b minus 1. And this is equal to a minus b plus b, sorry, a minus 1 plus b minus 1. This is equal to a plus b minus 2, right? And in the second brackets, again, we need to deal with minus sign, right? So we have a minus sign here, which means after we open these brackets, this minus sign needs to be changed to plus sign. So this is a minus 1 minus b plus 1. Okay. And this is equal to a plus b minus 2 times a minus 1. So here, a minus 1 plus 1, this becomes 0, right? So it's just a minus b. Okay. So this is the answer for question J. K, let's do K. So 4x plus y squared minus 9z squared. Again, this might not seem factorizable when you look at it, right? But if you do just a little bit of thinking, you'll realize that 4 can be written as 2 squared, right? So the first part can be written as 2 times x plus y squared, right? 9z squared is relatively easier. It can be written as 3z squared. Okay. So this is equal to 2 times x plus y plus 3z times 2 times x plus y minus 3z. Okay, and then there is much simplification you can do here because the variables are different, right? So you can't really combine any like terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this brackets, these two brackets, and then that will be our final answer. So the answer will be 2x plus 2y plus 3z times 2x plus 2y minus 3z. Okay, so that's question number 2. Let's look at question number 3. Factor as a difference of squares to find the value of the following. So now, not only do we need to write this expression, these expressions as a plus b times a minus b, we also need to find the answer, like the numeric answer. Okay, it's pretty easy. So 112 square minus 111 square. So this can be written as 112 plus 111 times 112 minus 111, right? And 112 plus 111, that'll be 223. 223 times 112 minus 111, that's just 1. So the answer is 223. Okay. 252 square minus 248 square. So this can be written as 252 plus 248 times 252 minus 248, right? 252 plus 248, that's just 500, right? So this is just 500 times 252 minus 248, that's just 4, right? So the answer will be 2,000. Okay, let me write this more clearly, 2,000. C, 625 square minus 325 square. This can be written as 625 plus 325 times 625 minus 325, right? 625 plus 325, that'd be 950. So 950 times 625 minus 325, that'd just be 300, right? So it will be 285000. Yeah, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, I hope my mental math is good enough to get the answer correctly because I don't have the answer with me. But even if the final answer is not right, like, like the process, right? We're learning the process. Actually, let me double check. Yes, answer is correct. Okay, so the answer will be 285,000. Okay. Question number 4. This is so question number 4 is about the second formula that we learned. So I'm just going to write the formula here just to remind ourselves. A plus B squared is equal to A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. A minus B squared is equal to A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. Okay, so here, x plus 4 square, right? These two expressions are in the same form. A plus b squared, x plus 4 squared. We can just see x as a, 4 as b, right? So the answer should be x squared plus 2 times x times 4 plus x squared plus 2 times x times 4 plus 4 squared. Okay, so it's equal to x squared plus 2 times 4, that's 8. So it's 8x plus 16. Okay. Question B, 5 plus 3p squared. So here we see 5 as A, 3p as B. So the answer should be 5 squared plus 2 times 5 times 3p plus 3p squared. Should be 25 plus 10 30p plus 3p squared. That's just 9p squared, right? 2x minus 3 squared. So now we have minus, 5 minus. We see 2x as a here and 3 as b here. So the answer should be 2x squared minus 2 times 2x times 3 plus 3 squared. So the answer should be 2x squared is equal to 4x squared minus 2 times 2 is 4x times 3, that's 12x. 12x minus 9. Okay. 3x plus 5y squared. So here we see 3x as A, 5y as B. Okay. So the answer should be 3x squared plus 2 times 3x times 5y plus 5y squared. So the answer should be 3x bracket square should be equal to 9x squared plus 2 times 3x, that's 6x. 6x times 5y, that's 30xy. Okay. Just in case some people don't get this, okay, let me write this. So 2 times 3x times 5y. This is equal to 2 times 3x, that's 6x, right, times 5y. We multiply the numbers together and the variables together, right? So 5 times 6, that's 30, and x, y. Okay, and plus 5y squared, that's 25y squared. Okay, question E. Question E, we can see minus 2x as, so there are two ways of doing this. Okay, there are two ways of doing this. We can see minus 2x as A and 7y as B. So I'll just say, if we see this as A and 7y as B, then the answer should be minus 2x squared plus 2 times minus 2x times 7y plus 7y squared. And this is equal to minus 2x squared, that's equal to 4x squared plus 2 times minus 2x, that's minus 4x, right? And minus 4x times 7y, that's minus 28xy, minus 28xy plus 7y squared, that's just 49y squared, okay? Or if you're not too familiar, if you're not too comfortable with minus sign here, you can simply change the order, right? Because we know minus 2x plus 7y, this is equal to 7y minus 2x, right? So if you square this and if you square this, these two should be the same, right? These two should be equal. So here you don't need to deal with the minus coefficient here, which is maybe to some people that'll be easier. So let's just try this. If we do 7y minus 2x squared, so we're not doing something fancy here. Okay, we literally only changed the order in these brackets. Okay, minus 2x plus 7y is equal to 7y minus 2x. That's a basic property of equation or something. I don't remember the term, but okay. So here we see 7y as A and 2x as B, right? But here is the minus sign. So we just follow the other formula. So this is equal to 7y squared minus 2 times 7y times 2x plus 2x squared. And this is equal to 7y squared, that's 49y squared, minus 2 times 7 times 2, 2 times 7y times 2x, that's 28xy, 8xy plus 4x squared. So if we compare these two expressions, we will realize that they're equal. Question F, 4xy minus 3z squared. So here we see 4xy as A and 3z as B. It's equal to 4xy squared minus 2 times 4xy times 3z plus 3z squared. So this is equal to 4xy squared. This is, okay, so let me use this opportunity to show you this basic property of exponents again. Okay, so 4 times x times y brackets square is equal to 4 squared times x squared times y squared. Okay, and minus 2 times 4xy times 3z, that's 24xyz. Okay, and plus 3z squared, that's just 9. So that's 3 squared z squared, right? So this is equal to 16x squared y squared minus 24xyz plus 9z squared. Okay, so that's all for question 4.